Good morning, everyone. This is Lorene checking in again. I wanted to come on quickly to say, hey, thank you all for your tremendous support, for watching my videos. I'm so appreciative of every single one of you. You've become my family. I watched a video this week. I was on social media and just something popped up with a young man who was crying. I was curious because I don't often see young men just pop up on my screen crying. And so I took a moment to check out what he was saying. And it was a young man who was a black young man. He was a FedEx worker. He was out doing his rounds, and apparently he got out of the vehicle to get a package out. And he said someone almost run him over. And they hurled a racial slur, nigger, and spit on him. And so he was so overcome with what I thought was just grief. I think he was so broken. And he kept commenting, I'm out here providing you a service, and you spit on me? I don't know how he will come back from that. But it kind of reminded me of my own experience with racism. When I came to the United States, I migrated here some 10 years ago. I come on here and I say, my name is Lorene Walker and I'm a registered nurse in New York, but that wasn't always my story. I worked as a home health aide or a companion on the Upper East Side of Manhattan for some 3.5 years. And after my patient died, I decided to go back to school. But one day I was sitting in the television room with my boss at the time, and something was wrong with one of the tables, and she said, you people are so messy. And when a Caucasian person says you people, you better know that that person is about to say something racist. And she said, you people are so messy. And I said, excuse me? And she said yes, because she was not one to mince words. And she said, yes, you people, black people. And I was taken aback, because you know how you can have a relationship with a person and you think that you're their equal, and even though she was my boss, we enjoyed many conversations together, and I suppose I was lulled into kind of like a false sense of security, thinking I was her equal. You should never let what someone's opinion of you should never let that decide who you are. And so for days I did not speak to her, because I could not go back to the same kind of relationship I had with her. The thing that saved me is because I have the love of God in my heart, and I was able to go back to some kind of normal-ish relationship with her. That was one of my first run-ins. And I remember at her funeral, we were asked to say something. Just people stood up to say something about her. And I stood up and I gave a speech, a kind of speech, and I suppose I spoke eloquently. And a lot of white people came over to me and said how well I spoke. And most people would consider that a compliment, but I didn't, because I knew that they were saying that because they did not expect that a little black girl would be able to put her words together in that way. And I'm saying to you, that was not the life that I wanted. I had already suffered from self-esteem issues, and that job was not adding anything to my self-esteem. And so I decided I was going to change my narrative. And if I were to title this video this morning, it would be Change Your Narrative. If you don't like the thing that you're doing, if it doesn't sell you, if it doesn't make you feel good about yourself, then change it. So I went back to school. I became an LPN. I graduated almost at the top of my class, even though I was pregnant and going to school. And I'm saying to you that there is greatness in you. No matter what anybody tells you, there is greatness in you. After being a licensed practical nurse, I went on to become a registered nurse. And shortly after, I can now call myself Lorraine Walker, BSN, RN, and so on and so forth. Someone out there needs to hear this story this morning, that if there is something in your life that you don't like, if there's something about yourself that you don't like, if something does not make you feel good, walk away from it. Change your narrative. We were all created with greatness inside of us. Go find your greatness. Once again, I thank you for watching. And if you feel that this can help someone change their story, then share it. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel, Nurse Lar NYC. Have yourself a blessed and great day. And remember, there's greatness in you. Go be everything that God designed you to be. You're worth it.